Welcome to Quarken and the 27 cabin, the final iteration in our 27 line. We're really pleased to show you this boat today and have a good look around. A few of those key specs over again: 27 foot long or 8.35 metres, 2.5 metres wide, so trailable. With the Yamaha 300 V6 outboard, she's capable of 44 knots top speed and also a high cruising speed of high 20s to low 30s. She's got a twin-stepped hull, so fantastic design with amazing sea capabilities, which we'll go to at a future time. Why don't you come aboard? Starting at the bow here, we've got this lovely open, spacious design, which is similar to our open and T-top. This is really useful area because it allows you to use this space so well. At the very front, we've got the large anchor locker, which also doubles up as storage with the option for a windlass to port. We have our nice double seating here, and you have the option to have a table, which can also convert to a great big large sun pad if that's what you so choose. This space is really useful, being so wide, so far forward in the boat. It also has the lovely feature of the access to that forward cabin, but we'll look more into that later. Let's move to the back of the boat and look at some of those features there. At Quarken, we've designed the cabin to be on the starboard side, allowing us to have this great big spacious walkway on the port side. The freeboard is very high, making it feel very safe to be on board. Working our way back, we've got plenty of space and stowage underneath us here at the back of the boat. On this boat, we've got the Scandinavian setup, aft windlass, but we've got the option to do that at both ends if so choose. At the back of this boat, we've designed plenty of stowage in under this cockpit bench seat here and also the cockpit sole. We've got the option for a ski pole, which is a useful grab handle too. This boat also features a little cockpit table which stows under the inside bench, and we've got a lovely feature where we can flip that backrest to face backwards, and to utilise that and make this space multifunctional, we can move all the doors across, allowing us to be able to enjoy that space facing out the back of the boat and enjoying a drink. Let's move on inside. At the back of the cabin here, we've got the lovely aft bench which faces forward, and as we saw earlier, faces back out the back doors. This is also a very useful storage space and actually has our isolator controls for the electrics as well. Putting that in place, we have another key feature which we're very proud of at Quarken, being this pop-out seat to make this bench full width in the cabin. By simply lifting up this system, putting the backrest up and adding the cushion, we've got the option to have 3 people sitting properly facing forward. We can apply the table here as well, spinning the helm and co-pilot seats around, making this a great place to dine and entertain. At the forward end of the cabin here, you can see that we've got the co-pilot seats spread around. Beneath that, we have stowage and also a 50-litre front opening fridge. We've got a clever feature of having kick rail bars both behind that seat and also in front of it, depending on how you're using it. To rotate that around, a quick pull of the pin and you're ready to go back to sea. The final lovely feature about this Quarken 27 cabin is actually this port side door. Completely locked from the outside, you can just simply rotate that handle and slide that back, and you're ready to step out to the bow or to the stern. At the nav station on the starboard side, we've got twin Garmin 12-inch multifunction displays, a 5-inch Yamaha digital display between those for engine information. We have our bow thruster control, wireless phone charging, windlass control, and then we have our auto control from Yamaha for trimming the boat itself, and the throttle set just behind that. With the wheels central to the helm seat, we've also got access to electrical button controls, a remote for the bow thruster and also the stereo. Usefully, we've set the window here as a sliding option right above the midship cleat, so you can also release that line and also allow ventilation. Moving forward and to port and opening the large hatch into the forward cabin, we can see the amount of space we have in here. Stepping down onto the large double berth, we have plenty of storage as well. We have a bench here on the port side, and under the nav station we also have the electric sea toilet. It's got a nice cover over that to make a secondary seat as well. Forward of that, we have a single stainless steel sink with pressurised cold water and stowage, and there's a privacy curtain that comes round there completely if you are weekending on board away from the berth. Just behind that sink we've got the heating controls, and we have spotlight LEDs along with ambient LED lights throughout. Finally, we have that access hatch right here to get out of the boat or to let more air and light in if you so choose. Stepping out the back of the boat here, we've got access to the fuel fill up, which is a 300 litre tank. We've got the diesel fill up for the heating system, and we've got the waste extraction from the holding tank. We've also set up the freshwater system up on the starboard side, keeping all these utilities together and easy to access. We've got the lovely storage locker, which is for the fenders and has its option to actually store them in properly with drainage underneath. On Quarken, we've designed nice big aft swim decks and stepping onto them. We've got the ladder set on the starboard side as well, and we intentionally put in this with the shower so you can rinse off after a quick dip. Finally, we've mounted the manual bilge pump option here as well. Again, another key safety feature that we built in. Well, that's certainly enough talking about our new Quarken 27 cabin. Let's get her out on the water and show you what she really can do. We're now out on the Quarken 27 cabin, open water here in Finland. Let's get the boat up to speed and show you what she can really do. With the twin-stepped hull, she's easy to accelerate and get up onto the plane with very little effort. Just simply bring up the throttle, wait for the hull to rise, and then you can feel when that step kicks in and she accelerates up onto the plane and comfortably away. She has a lovely cruising speed of about 25 to 30 knots, depending on how you want to get it on. That's the most economical. I'll give you a theoretical range around 180 miles. Bringing up the revs, we can then really get the boat open and going, and she has a top speed of 44 knots. Keep going full revs on this Yamaha 300 V6 outboard, up to around 5300 revs RPM. Trimming up the engine a little bit and we can start to feel her go. We've got auto trim tabs on this boat, so we're able to really allow those to do the job and get the boat moving comfortably for us. Here we are accelerated along comfortably at 40 knots, and it's still quiet and comfortable inside this cabin. We've got brilliant visibility from these big windows all the way around, and a really good helm position here set to starboard. On the centre of the boat is the co-pilot seat, so they've got the best spot in the house. She's comfortable to steer, light on the wheel here, and easy to manage with this fly-by-wire throttle system. Bringing her back down to cruising speed of around 25 knots, and you can hear the sound drop right off. A very comfortable position for motoring. One of the nice features about this Quarken 27 cabin is the ability to open up and get air through, especially this main opening central hatch. With a quick rotation of the bar, lifting it up, we can slide the hatch back to any stage we like and re-lock it down. This is really useful, and especially useful when you're out underway, getting a bit of ventilation through the boat on those sunny days. Cruising along at 32 knots here, the Quarken 27 cabin is incredibly comfortable. Our twin-stepped hull is really working well for us, sitting at that sweet point just to keep her cutting through the water nicely. She's very comfortable doing all sorts of turns. As you can see here, just bringing the helm across and initiating the turn, she leans into it, but she doesn't kick out. What you also feel is that this Yamaha 300 doesn't seem to cavitate. The nice long leg on this engine really is comfortable, and we can keep sharpening this turn off, and she's holding the speed. We've only scrubbed a couple of knots here and really comfortable doing this. What we'll also find is the help of this automatic system for the trim tabs is really going to benefit us here, just keeping the boat working well. All these features are part of the R2 design that brought into this hull shape, making her really efficient, easy to handle, and very good in all sorts of weather.